Here come the boys. Y'all ready to go swimming, baby? Come on. Give it up. Get out of that water. I tried telling y'all, it's swim lessons, baby.
We are here at St. Joseph's, Missouri. My name is Dallas Hansen, right alongside Lodi. It's got to be Jordy. It is hot as hell out here. Very humid. We're not used to it. But first off, before we get going and tell you all about everything you need to know with training camp, day 2 for the Chiefs, day 1 for non-season ticket holders, we got to give a major shout out to where we're filming today. It is First Ward Bar and Grill. Best wings I personally ever had. Jordy, I'd like to welcome you on board. What did you think of the wings today?
Oh, I smoked them incredible.
It was fantastic. The beer is ice cold.
You had the voodoo, I had the buffalo.
It was
a little bit of magic here in First Ward.
And these are like salt of the earth people. Because let me tell you the conundrum that went down here in St. Joseph's. It is hot out. These cameras overheat rather fast. And we're thinking, okay, we're going to have to film at 8 o'clock at night probably. And training camp gets over at 11:30. So we're sitting here having lunch. I'm like, I'm just going to ask them if we could film here. They went ahead and said, yeah, that sounds absolutely awesome. And here's some cool facts about First Ward. It's the oldest saloon west of the Mississippi. It holds the title for the oldest continuously operating saloon west of the Mississippi, like I just said. The original bar top dates back to 1878. A large outdoor patio provides ample space for enjoying the atmosphere and food. And the building has been rumored to be visited by figures like Jesse James and Bonnie and Clyde. So we shall see if we see some ghost figures here in St. Joseph's. I mean, I appreciate everybody. If you ever make it to St. Joe's, make sure you check out First Ward Bar and Grill. Fantastic. We might come back here for dinner.
Fantastic wings, unbelievable hospitality.
There is something to be said, Jerry, when we started this and I called you and I said, I got an idea and I want to do it with you and my cousin Jaden. And it was travel to 4 iconic cities, visited 4 training camps, and you, without a doubt, said yes. And that is why you're a good man.
One of many reasons.
So if you're just coming along, we are going to be here in Kansas City today and tomorrow. Tomorrow we're traveling up to Chicago. We're going to take 2 days at Bears camp, check out the White Sox-Cubs game, and then we're going up to Green Bay, filming outside of Lambeau, and then we're finishing up in Minneapolis. So a lot of fun. But none of this would be possible today without our sponsors. First up is PSP Network. It's game day. They've been promoting local student athletes for a very long time. Right now, they're gearing up for football season. Make sure to check out their schedule events on their website. That's psp.network, and also subscribe to the YouTube page because all the regular season games are free, and you can subscribe on YouTube at PSP Network. And Jerry, if you're ever in the heart of the Bakken, like you were this past spring when you were coming up for the DC Classic, I got the place for you to eat at. It's called River's Edge Bar and Grill. They are known for offering the best happy hour in town, providing unbeatable deals in a lively atmosphere. Guests can also enjoy a variety of entertaining activities, including bingo, trivia, and the very popular Name the Tune. Come on down to River's Edge for great drinks, great food, and great fun. And last but most certainly not least, Glosso Angus. They are a proud sponsor of Swim Lessons, the podcast. They are a premier source for registered Black Angus cattle since 1973. Glosso Angus cattle showcase dominance, durability, and docility, and they are built to thrive on the northern plains. Check them out online at Glosso, that's Glasoe Angus.com. All right, let's start off with some news that talked about on our drive down here. Micah Parsons' contract, Jordy, it's getting nasty, it's getting dirty. Jerry Jones is becoming involved. And Micah Parsons said yesterday in an interview, we ain't playing for Jerry, we're playing for my teammates. Not good for the Cowboys.
It hasn't been good for the Cowboys since the last time they won a Super Bowl. I think they're 13-15 in the playoffs or something like that since then. Haven't been to an NFC championship since their last Super Bowl in 95. Longest drought in the NFC. It's been bad for a while. They just had DeMarcus Lawrence, I believe. DM just left, and he said there's no chance they win a Super Bowl. Michael Parsons had to kind of come at him on his show. The Cowboys are the Cowboys, and I'm a Packers fan, and we sure do love them being them.
Another very grim scene is the Trey Hendrickson Bengals contract. Another owner Brown, that came out and said some very interesting things, not only about Trey Hendrickson, but also about their first-round draft pick, who said, we're not going to sign him unless he doesn't say he's not going to jail. I mean, generally when you meet somebody or talking about your first-round draft pick, that might not be something you want to say.
Yeah, it kind of came off backhanded, didn't it?
Just a little bit.
They are what we would call in this world a PR nightmare.
Does Trey Hendrickson...
It only took him 3 years to sign Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, Joe Burrow, and now they're like, oh, our only other good player. What should we do?
Will T. Higgins be playing both sides? Travis Hunter style? Because they're not going to have any money. They're not going to have any money.
Side note, one of my favorite things on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok is you can tell if T. Higgins is playing by how he runs up the practice hill. If he's walking, you better bench him in fantasy.
Another one, Terry McLaurin, Washington Commanders. He's saying he wants paid. He's got 1 year left, I believe, and it's not good over there as well.
I'll tell you this. He's been a faithful member of the Tiburon Sharks for a couple seasons now. Love
Who is
the guy.
that? Who is that? Tell us who that is.
Tiburon Sharks Fantasy Football League I run. That is my team. We haven't reached the mountaintop yet, but we put in the work behind the scenes. I think this is our year. We do things the right way. We shake people's hand to look them in the eye. We're good, wholesome, blue-collar people, just like those at First Ward House. And Terry McLaurin's been an outstanding member of this organization, and it's a shame because they've given him nobodies to throw the ball to him, and he's just been out there taking medicine balls for years.
Oh.
Now that they finally have a guy that can sling the pill around and he feels like he should get what he's worth, and they're going to screw it all up. I hope they don't. I hope they just give the man what he deserves.
Give the man what he deserves. Speaking of deserving, the Bills are going to be featured on Hard Knocks. Excited? Not excited? How you feel?
I'm excited. I definitely live in the part of the country where we have a little bit of a mashup between Bills fans and Chiefs fans. The Broncos kind of lost a lot of us over the last decade or so, but I don't know. I think it'll be good. A little glimpse into Josh Allen. Keon Coleman is a character, so I bet he's going to have some comments on there.
He's all time. And to tribute their stadium that they're going to be demolishing at the end of the year, they're going to wear the red helmets last regular season game, those Bills red helmets. I know you're a fan of old school things.
Should be permanent.
Really?
Should be permanent.
I agree.
The white helmets are nice, but the red helmets just pop.
Yeah.
The white helmets just look pretty vanilla, which are good. The whiteouts, I do think it looks good, but that red is just classic. Jim Kelly, Thurman Thomas.
Give it to me. Andre Reed. Reed. Here's a stat we saw this morning that I have to talk about. The Broncos, who you just mentioned, are the most bet NFL team to win their division, a.k.a. the AFC West.
Yeah.
They're plus 240 in that division. Team we saw this today, Kansas City. Also, you've got a pretty decent LA Chargers team who had a hell of a draft. Las Vegas Raiders, Pete Carroll bringing over Geno Smith. Your thoughts on the Broncos being the favorite to win the AFC West?
Well, I'll start with the Raiders. They're a long ways off, but Pete Carroll's a good start.
Yeah.
The kid out of Boise, Ginty, he's a hell of a start.
Yeah.
The Chargers, good coach, great quarterback, but I think they're just a little further away. The Broncos, they play defense. Pat Surtain, wow. They fall over corners like Green Bay falls over quarterbacks. I mean, they just find these guys, and they are all-world players.
Always.
And Bo Nix, I mean, he kind of reminds me of the guy in San Francisco, Purdy, where it's like he's not necessarily the best player on the field, but he's doing what he needs to do to get that ball around. Cortland Sutton is a fan favorite and a guy who deserves them to go on a run.
Bo Nix is old already, though.
Experience, baby. 8 years in college never hurt nobody.
We're going to be like Tiger Woods and his daddy. Well, let's talk about our first day one. Chiefs training camp, St. Joseph's, Missouri. You fly in from Denver to Kansas City. Jaden S. and I, Jaden who's doing our social media and producing, him and I drove down from Minneapolis. We ate probably the best food I think I've had in a very long time. Shout out Jack Stacks in downtown Kansas City. We got the best Jack, which is like shareable food it's supposed to be for 4.
Yeah.
Diet starts Monday. But we feasted. It was burnt ends, ribs. They had very good corn. I mean, the corn was fantastic.
The sides were phenomenal.
The
Great
potato
baked beans,
salad.
Potato salad.
So if you're ever in Kansas City, please do yourself a favor and Jack Stacks.
Yeah, that was just a smorgasbord. That was incredible.
And then after we ate, we hit a little bit of a rough patch because We were all tired.
Meat sweats.
Dallas was tired. Dallas had to drive. So it's Kansas City to St. Joe's is about an hour, would you say?
Yeah, with traffic, because we left right at rush hour.
We
right
left at
around
rush
5.
hour. Smart. And by the way, it was 90 degrees yesterday at 9 p.m. I mean, that's how hot it is here. It is uncontrollably hot.
Plus humidity.
Plus humidity.
You walk outside, you are smothered.
I mean, you're not a guy necessarily built for humidity. Neither am I.
No, it's playing all-pro defense on me.
What did you say?
I might as well have Pat Surtain on me.
What did you say when we were leaving and you're like, the girl's like, have a good day, and you're like, I'll try.
I'm less concerned with that and more concerned with the man that walked up to us on the street and goes, "Hey, big man, what time you got?"
Yeah, me, you look at each other, which big man?
Yeah, I was like, who's more offended here?
Well, let's talk about what we saw at practice today. Very interesting, dynamic. The big word around that every fan we talked to last night sitting in the hot tub, this morning at breakfast, the guys were sitting by, everybody's wondering, is this the farewell tour for Travis Kelce? And judging by today, my favorite player of all time, him and Priest Holmes, favorite players, I can honestly say, without a doubt in my mind, this is his last season.
I mean, when you look at the energy that was on the field today, there wasn't.
Yeah.
When he ran his routes, I mean, he was giving it. But I mean,
when he was
one of the last people out. I mean, he's at the point where he's just here. I think come October, November, December, he's going to start gearing up more. But right now, this is just the dog days for him. He's just, his motivation to be here and in this heat and this weather just isn't there. And regardless of how you feel about him as a person, what he's done for the tight end position is undeniable.
Yeah.
I've had him in fantasy quite a bit, and just the way he plays the game, I respect the hell out of him. He's had a little bit of a dip.
Yeah.
I do think this is the last one, but that being said, when he wants to turn it up for a big game, nobody does it like Big Trav.
And I'm not saying he wasn't trying out there, but what I'm saying is, like you said,
Body language,
dude, he was literally the last guy out, and he looks in shape, very in shape.
He looks like me walking through the mall, not in a hurry.
Through the food courts.
Yeah. In my element.
So this is, everybody listening, this is our first time at camp, so we didn't really know what to do. So we got up at 6, had breakfast. We were in the car by 6:45. Gates open at 9, and we brought our chairs, sat down, and there was a lady that walked by us in a walker in her late 70s that had the greatest shirts of all time. The U of L shirt, and it stood for undrafted OL lady, old lady.
Undrafted
I mean, she was a
old lady.
walking unit, dude. And it starts getting hot about 10:30, so they open up the gates. We go in, we get a good spot right at front row, and they start Indy. Indy goes well, and then the offense starts doing some work in front of us. And this was a part of practice that I thought was very interesting because it was the first 20 minutes. Xavier Worthy drops a deep fade.
Yep.
And then rookie Jalen Royal drops kind of a cross pattern, and Matt Nagy went ballistic. I mean, lost it. Not total lose it, but he definitely, if he was a stick, it would have been halfway cracked. And it just was, he was pissed because that's the start of practice. That's when you want to be going good. And 2 drops in a row. Even Patrick Mahomes was a little pissed, but you're looking for guys like Xavier Worthy to make those routine catches all the time, and then they drop like that.
He doesn't have the luxury of dropping passes.
No.
You aren't a 5th, 4th guy who's going to get cut. Like, you are the guy. Him, Hollywood Brown, Royals, those spots, I mean, there's people to fill them now.
Yeah.
Nobody's hurt right now. Everybody's healthy. You got to make those plays. With his athletic ability, they already scheme him open enough. You're hoping he makes it after the catch.
Yeah.
So he's somebody they need to dial it in with his hands. We definitely saw him drop a couple today.
I kind of like Nagy getting after him. You know, it's kind of cool to see.
He's probably got a lot of pent-up aggression from Chicago, don't you think?
Don't go there. Don't pick on my guy Nagy. And then they did midline veer drill, which was very interesting. So they would fake to the running back, they would give to the running back like a midline up the middle. Then they turn and face and throw to a wide receiver. And they were coming right at us, and Isaiah Pacheco took a handoff, and it was like he was running for the game-winning Super Bowl. Every rep just boom, 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 boom. That's why the people in Kansas City love that dude, because he just treats every rep like it's his last. That's why he made it from a 7th-round draft pick at Rutgers to now the starting running back for the last couple years on a team that's went on a phenomenal run. Your thoughts on Isaiah Pacheco today?
7th round draft pick making plays. I mean, that's just ready-made fan favorite. And I don't know if there's anyone you can compare him running to just form-wise. He has a unique way that he runs as a human. And it's aggressive, and you could tell he loves being out there. He was interacting with the fans. He is definitely somebody in that locker room that, I mean, they had a hell of a year last year, and he wasn't even healthy for 80% of it.
Well,
But,
Kareem,
I mean, the dynamic with him on the field and taking a load off everybody else, I mean, that just makes them so much better in the locker room, on the field, in every way. He's just a great dude to watch.
hearing him go from the stands, like he was just going out, and Kareem Hunt was taking handoffs too. None of the other running backs were even remotely working as hard as Pacheco.
No, you want to talk about body language, like almost the opposite of Kelce, where like he was just vibrant. Like he wanted to be there. Like he was loving the moment. Just felt like he was happy to be back.
And then we saw Mr. Gardner Minshew, who just signed with the Kansas City Chiefs this offseason, took Carson Wentz's spot. Wentz is still a free agent. Gardner was one of the first people out, and then post-practice was on the field by himself, doing reps by himself. I don't know if he was going through the plays, whatever, trying to learn the new Andy Reid playbook. But Gardner Minshew, a true first guy in, last guy out mentality.
Oh, absolutely. And he did a little play-action fake bootleg, and then
I saw that.
Kind of pump faked it. I thought he was just going to run the 80 yards to the end zone, because that's Gardner Minshew, baby. He got as big of a reception as Patrick Mahomes.
Oh,
Coming out, because, you know, it's Patrick. Everybody's giving it to him every day, but everybody's like, Gardner. It was incredible.
He did very well, because I typed in my notes here. He had 2 really good series when they went to that team series. Minshew completed a couple to my guy Noah Gray, a few to Sky Moore, Sky Moore has his career with the Chiefs has been very interesting. A lot of people that were standing next to him go, "Who's number 24?" And me and you said Sky Moore, and they said he's still on the team. Like Sky Moore, I believe in Sky Moore.
We talked about that on the way in, and then we didn't even prompt that from them. That was just like, he's still here.
Yeah.
He had a very good punt return also in special team.
Yeah.
He kind of cribbed one.
Yeah, so shout out to Sky Moore. Hope he does well. But the catch of the day went to the former Baylor Bear, who laid out with 2 hands, and the crowd reacted like they just won an overtime against the Bills, was Tyquan Thornton, who, I mean, that was a phenomenal catch. And he's a guy that's been in the league a few years, but I could see him making the roster.
Big boy. Big athlete. Fast.
Yeah.
He's got a frame on him. I mean, if he can keep his head down, I mean, there's always going to be a place for big, fast guys in the NFL.
Oh, always. But I will say the guy that I was watching mostly today was Andy Reid. Andy Reid comes in a side-by-side, walks out, slams the door, looks around at the fans, does this slow waltzy walk, if you will, and just coached. And it was awesome. Did not even offense, stood in the huddle. Patrick Mahomes, to see him and Andy working together. And then at one point we saw Travis on a knee on the sideline, and Patrick Mahomes coming over there kind of playing, writing a play in the grass there. And that is why I love training camp. You get to see the things that don't make the Hard Knocks, don't make ESPN, and what makes the team great.
Oh, absolutely. And then we got to see those guys after hitting the jugs machine, the little tennis ball machine. They were flinging them at him.
Oh, yeah.
That thing was throwing some fastballs at those guys. But definitely, it's very intimate. You're very close. You get a pretty good bird's eye view of everything. I thought Noah Gray, you've been talking about him the whole drive up.
I love Noah Gray.
Frankly, you can't shut up about him.
love
But he's
Noah
a big
Gray.
boy. He can move well.
I love Noah Gray because
He looked good on the jugs machine.
oh my gosh, he's
Been in the shadow of Trav. I mean, he's been picking
he's
stuff
made
up.
plays, but he's been in the shadow.
yeah.
But I truly think this, with Kelce being, it almost feels like 1 foot out, 1 foot in style with the door. So I think Noah Gray could be one of those guys you can grab late in fantasy football, because he's going to get a lot of looks in the red zone.
Well, if he makes the team, Robert Tunyon did show
we
up
need to
today.
talk about your favorite ex-player who you go, they have Robert Tunyon, who Jordan is a diehard Packer fan, and we got to see Mr. Tunyon about 5 feet away from him on the jugs machine today.
Yeah,
He looked good.
He did. Big guy, big hands. That was a magical time in our lives. We were going to NFC championships and doing what we do in the playoffs.
What did you say about him when you're like, he wasn't a part of the good old boys club with Roger?
Rodgers had a little bit of a mentality. Like, it's almost like the mafia. If you're a made man, you're getting the ball. Devontae Adams, Jordy Nelson, Randall Cobb, made men. Greg Jennings, made man until he left, and now he's no longer. But Robert Tonyan had that year. He had like 12 touchdowns. I mean, he literally only caught like touchdowns. It was crazy, like 12 of them. Great player, but just after that, it just kind of faded. I think he got a little injured, and Rodgers, he's a big "what have you done for me lately" guy. Good dude, just polarizing.
All right, let's get into our next segment, what we're going to call Camp Vibes and First Impressions. And I'm going to ask you, Jerdy, what was the camp vibe and what was your first impressions you saw?
Sweaty. Vibes were good. I think everybody there was pretty amped, from the fans to the team. Everybody was just pretty excited to get out and see everything going on. I don't know. Andy Reid got a pretty big reception.
Huge.
I enjoyed that.
Yeah.
Juju got a bigger reception than I would have assumed.
People were yelling, Juju, Juju, like it was.
Yeah, they were all about Juju. And you know what I would say is Trent McDuffie, he walked out with the safety.
Brian Cook,
and you're yelling at Cook.
I love Brian
like,
Cook.
Nobody's going to give McDuffie any run here?
How about when Furious George came out and he got a very nice reception?
Yes, he did. Nick Bolton, that's my first impression is Nick Bolton is a human weapon. That is a large man.
He is.
He flies
massive.
around. He is built to destroy.
I mean, seeing these guys on TV and getting used to it, but seeing them in person, it's a different ballgame.
Absolutely.
Okay, segment 2, Camp Heat Check. Who is that guy? Who's that guy that you didn't really know coming into camp, but looking back on it now, you're like, okay, I'm going to watch this guy this season a lot.
Well, I don't even know if he's going to make the team, but they were rotating in because Jalen Moore, I think, was on the PUP today. Up list.
Yep.
So 79, Issa Pohl, I had it written down. I can't remember what college, but he's 6'7".
Yeah.
Big dude rotating in a tackle. And I was like, if they should be better with Simmons and Moore once he's healthy and Kingsley sliding into guard. But there is always a place for a large human like that.
I today went into it wanting to watch Jalen Royal, and I really wanted to see.
He popped a couple times. He caught a couple crossers. He had a nice one when I walked over to the team.
It's definitely the vibes where you get, you think it's kind of Sky Moore and Jalen fighting for that arguably 5-6 spot.
And McCole Hardman's not here anymore, so that opens a spot.
He's in Green Bay. We will see him in Green Bay.
I don't
know
if he'll make it.
You don't think they'll... What?
They got a lot of depth. We'll get to that on Friday.
Yeah. Okay. Rookie to watch that you really liked today.
Tennessee guy, Omar Norman Lott.
Okay.
Kind of a sub-package guy. He only had 3 starts at Tennessee, but he had 9.5 sacks over the last 2 years. 6'3", 315, just stout. Good with his hands, good pass rusher. They just really rotated. They were pretty much 8 deep, at least in their minds. They thought they were 8 deep, so came off the bench a lot. I think he's going to be a good player for them, and then your guys' rotation, he's going to have plenty of snaps. I would have liked to have seen Guyette, the guy from Louisville you guys took. Didn't really see him anywhere today. He didn't really pop. I never really noticed him. He came out with Chris Jones, and then I never saw him again.
Yeah, he never... That was the guy in the gray sweats, right?
Yeah.
Wearing sweats today. Nobody else was except him.
Sociopath.
Maybe that's why we didn't see him again.
Yeah, he might be dead.
Who was your veteran standout?
We talked about it earlier. I mean, on every single one of these, you could put Hollywood Brown.
He was amazing.
You kind of forget he was here because, I mean, last year, however he got hurt, he missed the whole year. And, I mean, he made a couple big plays today, had a nice deep catch, just effortless moving.
I would have to give my vet standout to Chris Jones. I mean, and what I liked about him...
What did the guy say next to us? He has size 20 shoes.
19.
Size 19
and
shoes.
The guy next to us, who was like your new best buddy, by the way, he had a picture of his son with the Chris Jones shoe, and the son was what, maybe 8, 9 years old?
Had to be 8. The shoe was wider than the kid.
I mean, and I loved how he came out with a glass water bottle, and he was just hyping up all the defensive linemen, and then you look over, and he's obviously the first guy taking all the reps, but he is just going 1,000 miles an hour. He's like a Pacheco guy, a big engine guy.
Yeah.
And people...
Not talked about enough
for this
franchise.
As a guy who loves the Kansas City Chiefs, the Kansas City Chiefs don't win a Super Bowl without Chris Jones. I mean, he is one of those guys that And Spagnuolo talks about this all the time.
Not a single one, and especially not that last one against San Francisco. He made the play on Purdy that kind of threw up the pass a little bit that he was throwing to Jennings.
But he can line up in the D tackle position, also in the D end, so that's who my vet standout goes out to. How about your surprise of the day?
It's not really a surprise to anybody, but when you see Trey Smith up close and personal, giant human, my goodness.
Trey Smith, who just signed a new deal with Kansas City.
Yeah.
And he's going to be good.
Amazing pick for them.
Okay, one thing we talked a little bit about here early on in the segment, but behind the scenes, what are some things that, because you've been a football fan your whole life, that you thought you might see, but you didn't see, and some things that you saw, and you're like, I didn't know that happened?
Well, they're just light shoulder pads shorts, so it's pretty light stuff today. So I didn't really know what they were how much they get into it drill-wise. It was a bunch of drills. The linebacker tackling drill was pretty good. Nick Bolton was flying around like a missile. Tranquil and those guys.
Tranquil, yeah.
Yeah, he's another good one. He's cool.
And then shout out Leo Chanel, who actually gave us a minute. We
signed
talked
the
about
helmet.
Yeah, he signed the helmet and the ball. And
signed a little girl's Patrick Mahomes jersey too.
Hey, when you're like that, it's all good. Yeah. This one we decided to add late. This next segment, Fan Pulse. Fans here, Chief Kingdom. There's a lot of them. It was definitely full today, bearing the weather. But you sat down next to a gentleman who I thought you might go home with. He was. You guys were talking for 30 minutes. I felt left out. Third wheel. What was your fan pulse? Because you're really gonna like mine.
I don't really appreciate any of how you worded that. Good man. He's an Iowa man. I live in Nebraska. I hear it every day. I am in the heart of Husker country. So anytime I get to hear the counterpoint of an Iowa fan or anything like that. And also, he's from Cedar Rapids. We went up to the draft, drove up to Green Bay.
Cedar Rapids, the movie.
Didn't know it was a movie, but
Andy from The Office is in it. It's dog shit.
Anyways, we drove up to Green Bay and we stopped for lunch. We picked up everybody in Omaha. We stopped for lunch at Cedar Rapids at a little bar called Cliff's. They had pizza roll and nachos.
Whoa.
It's amazing they got me out of there. It was almost harder for them to get me out of Cliffs than it was Green Bay.
That just sounds like diabetes.
Yeah, you can't have it.
Were they good?
It's a once a year kind of treat.
Were they good?
Yeah, they were good. It was queso and ground beef over pizza rolls. My God. I left him a review and I said, Cliff, I don't know if you're real. I don't know if you exist, but you've done it. Thank you.
My fan interaction of the day went to the guys because for a while the team was there's two fields. We didn't get to see much of some of it because they were on the other side of the field, but we got to see a lot of special teams with Coach Tobe, one of the greatest special team coaches in the league, and Harrison Butker and Matt Ariza. And there was a guy to our right, and we both looked at each other after we heard this, but Ariza hits a really nice punt, and the fan goes, "Nice hang, fella, nice hang." And that is a direct quote.
Hawaiian shirt, too.
Nice hang, fella. Nice hang.
However you think that guy looks is how he looked. Hawaiian shirt, bucket hat.
I mean, that...
Also, the dude next to me was telling me he ran track. So Trev Alberts, former AD for Nebraska, now at Texas A&M, he was at UNO, cut the wrestling program, cut the football program so they could go D1 with basketball and baseball. And he was Mr. Iowa, Gatorade Player of the Year in Iowa. He said he ran the 100 against him.
That guy was?
Yeah, so he kind of knew Trev Alberts a little bit. And I went, well, he's right up there with Scott Frost for a list of favorite people in the state.
Yeah, shout out Josh Blorm for
He
Coach.
might be out of the MySpace top 10 now. It's been a couple of years.
All right, segment 5, your camp MVP and final thoughts.
Honestly, I would say Hollywood Brown.
For MVP today.
And that's for the whole team. If he's healthy, that changes everything. They haven't had a guy like that since Tyreek. And Pat's been having to do a lot of... He's just an escape artist. You even saw that a little bit in team drills. That's just how he exists. I mean, he probably has PTSD from how many times he gets hit. But he has a weird way of moving that people can't get him down. But I think Hollywood Brown, for sure, if they keep him healthy, that changes everything.
My camp MVP goes to Isaiah Pacheco. I mean, the hardest working guy on the field, greatest teammate, hoisting everybody up, getting them amped up. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Like you could even hear him in the huddle when they were about 40 yards away. Pacheco gets my MVP of the day. Final thoughts as we close out day one. Jerry, what'd you think? Are you enjoying your time here at St. Joe's on the deep dive tour? How are we doing?
Yeah, we're having a great time. I would dial down the heat a little bit if we could find a thermostat for out there. My goodness.
It's insane.
The guy next to me also at one point, because I go, oh, that breeze is magical. And he goes, yeah, it's hilarious. Big men can't handle the heat. So I've been kind of wearing it a couple times on this trip already.
Dude, you have. I personally want to thank you and Jaden S., who's been doing a lot here. Jaden, make sure you check out all the work he's done on Instagram and Facebook and Twitter. But I'm really looking forward to tomorrow. We're going to kind of walk around tomorrow rather than just stand front row, try to get a better look at some of the players, especially like the 7-on-7.
Sniffers row.
We were in Sniffers row today, and I'd be lying if we weren't trying to get a few autographs. We got Leo Chanel, and we're going to post the video that Leo did with myself. We talked about the blocked kick against Denver, which saved that game. But I mean, it was a fun day. Definitely a day that I've wanted to have happen for a while. I wanted this trip to have happen for a while, but I just loved how every fan has hope. Even after the last Super Bowl, getting absolutely ass to belt spanked by the Eagles.
Oh, you guys are so downtrodden. You've had it so tough the past 5 years.
Coming from a Packer fan who went from Favre to Rodgers to Jordan Love.
Go on. Not saying I'm not pampered.
I know. We're gonna do one more show here from Kansas City. I'm looking forward to tomorrow. It's quarterback day here in Kansas City tomorrow, which is going to be fun, where they're expecting a very large crowd because quarterbacks are going to do some extra drills, and then it's going to be kind of their day to sign autographs. Then we're hitting the road to Chicago. Looking forward to Chicago, buddy?
Yeah, never been.
Me neither.
I hope we get we're stopping outside Wrigley, aren't we? Yeah, it'd be nice just to wave at Harry.
White Sox, Cubs. Harry, you want Harry Carey's grave?
No, I'm pretty sure there's a statue, buddy.
Missed it.
Just like in Milwaukee with Bob Uecker. For fuck's sake.
I will say one of the drills that really impressed me, I put it on my Twitter and I'll play it during the podcast, was that offensive line drill where they went up and then they had to kind of box out, and like it was kind of a pulling guard drill. But to see Creed Humphrey, and I really wanted to watch.
Well. Him and Trey are such a good combo.
I mean, Creed Humphrey was a great Boomer Sooner for a very long time.
Yeah,
and
with Baker.
With Baker. But the big thing for the Kansas City Chiefs this offseason, I felt, was the offensive line. Okay, you lock up your guy from Tennessee, Trey Smith, but then they draft OHIO from the Buckeyes, Josh Simmons, who is also a rather large human being.
And he got hurt pretty early into the season, which is why he dropped. If he stayed healthy, I don't think there's a doubt in my mind he would have been a top 15, top 10 player in the draft.
And he
looked good. Dude moves well.
Yeah, he looked good today, so that's exciting. So the offensive line, fingers crossed, looks good. But Jordy, what do you think? What do you think of your prediction this season? We'll close out with this prediction. It's at 11. Are we going to go higher or lower for total season wins for the Kansas City Chiefs?
They're at 17 games now, aren't they?
Okay, so it's higher or lower than 17?
No. Like 17 games in the season.
Yeah, yep.
You know, I would say they'd be hard-pressed not to go over.
Yeah.
But I do think Broncos are nipping on their heels, and the passing of the guard might come with Travis Kelce leaving. The identity of the Chiefs is going to take a big change. Even if he's not putting up big seasons, he is still the guy on every third down. They led the league, or were second in the league, on third down conversion rate with 46.5%. Just a crazy statistic. So every third, they just play the game, they manage it, they get manageable down and distance, and that guy finds them. Patrick Mahomes scrambles, and you can't cover Travis Kelce for 5 seconds. So
just ask the Buffalo fans.
Grant Remington, sorry.
All right, thanks everybody for today. We really, really appreciate it. Shout out to our new favorite bar of all time, First Ward, baby. First Ward. The Voodoo Wings. We might have to have supper here.
You might bury me here.
Make sure to follow along on Instagram at Swim Lessons and also give us a follow. But we really appreciate this. Looking forward to tomorrow where we'll actually be at camp. We're going to film at camp tomorrow, which is going to be fun. But first war, dude, salt the earth people for letting us come on an extremely hot day and film inside.
Yeah, they even gave us a little tour of the kitchen. Got to see the wings fresh out the smoker.
Yeah, I'm sure we won't go there. All right. Thanks, everybody. Appreciate it. Goodbye.